In the annals of World War II logistics, few operations blend audacity and engineering quite like the maritime transport of Germany's most formidable armored vehicle, the Tiger I heavy tank, to the battlegrounds of North Africa in late 1942. As the Axis war effort grew increasingly desperate, Adolf Hitler ordered a last-ditch effort to reinforce the Afrika Korps with cutting-edge military technology. The result was a challenging naval operation that saw Tiger tanks loaded aboard the Marinefährprahm, a class of German landing craft for transport across the Mediterranean Sea. Unveiled in 1942, the Panzerkampfwagen 6 Tiger I was a game-changing weapon in Germany's armored arsenal. Armed with the powerful 88mm gun and protected by thick, nearly impenetrable armor, the Tiger outclassed Allied tanks in both firepower and survivability. But with a weight exceeding 50 tons, its deployment posed enormous logistical challenges, particularly across difficult terrain or water. As the situation in North Africa deteriorated following the Second Battle of El Alamein in October and November of 1942, the German army sought to turn the tide with a show of technological force. A handful of Tiger tanks were hastily prepared for transfer to Tunisia, where German forces were regrouping after Rommel's retreat from Egypt. With Allied naval supremacy making large-scale shipping routes increasingly dangerous, the German planners turned to an unlikely solution, the Marinefährprahm, a shallow draft landing craft originally designed for supply missions. The Marinefährprahme, or naval ferry barges, were the largest landing craft of the German Navy during World War II. They were developed from 1941 for Operation Sea Lion, the German invasion of the British Isles, and built in various versions over 700 times throughout the war. They proved to be versatile and robust designs. Depending on the type, the barges had a transport capacity of approximately 85 to 140 tons and were equipped with a folding ramp at the bow, allowing direct access to the cargo hold. The large majority of the MFPs were approximately 47 meters long and 6.5 meters wide. Their identification consisted of the letter F followed by a three-digit number. Often likened to the German equivalents of the Allied LCT or landing craft tank, these vessels were built to ferry heavy loads, including tanks, across short sea distances. The MFPs were equipped with diesel engines, a moderate armor, and defensive weapons, making them relatively resilient for their size. This made them ideal for transporting Tiger tanks across the Mediterranean Sea under the stealthier conditions than larger, more vulnerable cargo ships. Love diving deeper into military history? This video is supported by my YouTube members who get exclusive videos weekly, not available anywhere else for their kind support. You can join their ranks easily. Just hit the join button now to get the exclusive videos and much more. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't be doing it without your help. If you want to know more about Germany's panzer tactics, check out my ebook in the description. The 501st Heavy Panzer Battalion, or Schwere Panzerabteilung, was one of the first heavy armor units in the German army, founded in February of 1942. The German heavy tank battalions were initially planned to be composed of 2 companies, each with 4 platoons of 2 Tiger and 2 Panzer III tanks. Each company commander would have an additional Tiger, and the battalion command would have another 2, for a total of 20 Tigers and 16 Panzer III medium tanks. The 501st was promised to the Africa Corps for use in North Africa and was prepared for tropical operations. The transport of the Tiger tanks to North African theater during World War II involved a combination of rail and sea logistics. In late 1942 and early 1943, a small number of Tiger tanks were transported from Germany by train to southern Italy, most likely to Naples. The rail transport of the Tiger tanks was a very difficult procedure in itself. I made a video about this topic a few months ago, which you can find in the description. From southern Italy, a fleet of MFP barges transported the tanks across the Mediterranean Sea to Tunisia. This operation was carried out in secret under the cover of darkness to avoid detection by the Allied air and naval forces. While the exact details of each voyage remains murky, records indicate that the MFPs made the crossing successfully, delivering the Tigers that would soon engage in combat in the Tunisian campaign. One such Tiger is believed to have engaged the British forces in Tabourba in December of 1942, marking the type's combat debut outside the Eastern Front. Though the arrival of the Tigers in Tunisia caused a stir among the Allied commanders, their overall strategic impact was very limited. The harsh North African terrain was ill-suited to the tank's immense weight and mechanical sensitivity. Breakdowns were common, and logistical support for each of these complex machines was sparse in the desert. However, in direct combat, the Tigers proved deadly. Allied Sherman and Crusader tanks found themselves outmatched by the Tiger's long-range 88mm gun and thick armor. Only through coordinated tactics involving artillery, air support, and flanking maneuvers could they be effectively countered. Despite their prowess, the Tigers in North Africa ultimately succumbed to the overwhelming Allied material and logistical advantage. Most were lost due to mechanical failure, combat, or destruction by the retreating German crews. The maritime transport of the Tiger tanks via the Marinefährprahme stands as a remarkable example of wartime improvisation and logistical ingenuity. It showcased the length to which the German military would go to field its most advanced technology, even in the face of mounting odds. Although the Tigers arrived too late and in too few numbers to alter the course of the North African campaign, their presence added a fearsome chapter to the legend of the German army's armored forces. The image of a 57-ton steel monster creeping onto the shores of Tunisia from a flat-bottomed landing craft remains a powerful testament to both the ambition and desperation of the Axis war effort in the closing years of the conflict. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.